Alright, so welcome back to another video kind of talking about the new MX vs ATV All Out. That's the hype, man. That's what everybody's pumped for. Not everybody, but a lot of people. I myself am pumped for it as well, but it's not coming out for a few months yet. So information is pretty far and in between here, but I was talking to MX vs ATV. They did tell me a few things about the possible physics. That's like a huge thing when it comes to motocross games. Everybody likes to use that word. Just kind of sports games in general, I guess. Physics is an important part about it. So it's not something to poke fun at. It's something that's important and makes the game more enjoyable and blah, 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 blah. So what we have here today is a little bit of Motocross Madness. Motocross Madness 2, I think. ATV Off-Road Fury, MX vs ATV Unleashed, and MX vs ATV Untamed. 4 games plus trailers. And the reason I kind of wanted to do the video like this is because what I've been told. Now, again, they're pretty vague in what they say, obviously because they don't want to give away too much information because, again, it's months away before we're getting this new MX vs ATV All Out sometime in early 2018. No actual official release date yet either. But what they've told me is that they have a lot of veteran programmers coming back on for this new MX vs ATV All Out game. They all the way back from Motocross Madness, ATV Off-Road Fury, Unleashed, and Untamed, just like I said, and that's why we have this gameplay. So I think that's something to be excited about. I think that these are games that by a lot of people's standards were the best MX vs ATVs or the best off-road games ever made. A lot of people still love ATV Off-Road Fury. A lot of people say Unleashed was their absolute favorite. I hear that a lot. I know a lot of people say Reflex too, but I hear a lot of Unleashed as well. So I think that's a positive note to take into the hype for the new game. And another thing I kind of wanted to address was, I think I was reading on Vital MX, or I was hearing from other people that there's like one guy, the Reflex guy, has come back. He's come back for the return to make this new game and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not the case. That's just not true. There is no one person responsible for Reflex. It's a team of programmers to begin with, okay? So saying the one guy has came back to do that is not true. That's not true. That's what MX vs ATV has told me, at least. So the one Reflex guy does not exist. It's a team of programmers. Now, again, they were very vague, so it's hard to say, and I don't want to say anything that's not true. But they really stressed the fact that people were returning that were a part of these games that I'm talking about, or that I'm showing in this video here, these 4 games. That was like a big stressing point for them that they were showing or trying to tell me. But they did say that they did have one or some people that were a part of Unleashed, that like Rainbow Studios guys, I think, that were a part of Unleashed and have been a part of every MX vs ATV game since Unleashed. So that would also make you think that there are some Reflex guys aboard this project. You would think. Okay, again, very vague, very kind of hard to decipher a little bit. But that's what they said, so that's what I'm taking away from it. That they have guys from all the way from Motocross Madness days, but they have people from Unleashed and have been on every game since then, including Reflex and Alive, and obviously Supercross and Supercross Encore. So really interesting to me. Also, the fact that people, I think, don't understand that back in the day they could have like 50 game programmers or blah, 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 blah. Now they are whittled down to a much smaller group of people working on this game. So it's just not like it was before. Okay, so, but that's the main thing I wanted to clear up, that the game could be like Reflex still. It could be a Reflex, it could be a Reflex 2, it could be just like Reflex, it could be a lot of things. It could be like Unleashed, it could be a mixture of all these games put together, it could be something totally new. You know, just because we have these programmers, developers, all this stuff, doesn't mean it'll be like any of these past games. It could be something completely different too. But for the Reflex guys out there that are freaking out, that hope that it's like Reflex or very similar, it could be still. There could still be some people that were involved with Reflex working on this new one. It's just there's not one specific guy. Everybody wants to give that award to one person, and that's just not fair. That's just not realistic. It's a group of people. So I actually had this video kind of done once, but I went back to reread what they had told me, and I think I misinterpreted it. Plus, I was reading it more and I was like, well, okay, that's extremely vague. But I thought it was enough to warrant a video because a lot of people are interested in it. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. What kind of game do you think it's going to be? How do you think it's going to control? Do you think it's going to be more like, do you think it's going to be like Reflex? Do you think it's going to be more like Unleashed or Untamed? With Unleashed and ATV All for Fear, I think would feel very similar. So do you think it's going to be more like that? Do you think it's going to be something totally different? Do you think it's going to be like Supercross Encore 2.0? You know, what do you think? My personal opinion, I think it's going to be new. I think we're going to have the same kind of controls we've always had. The reflex controls is what I like to say, because that's when we got the dual thumbsticks. I think we're going to have reflex controls, and I think we're still going to have preload. I think there's definitely going to be preload. I don't think it's going to be like Supercross Encore preload. I think it's going to be like a less noticeable one. It won't be as obnoxious. And the guy from that had supposedly alpha tested this said that, did I say that already in the video? I don't know. That the terrain deformation was really gnarly like in Reflex, and the speed of the game was a lot slower than it was in Supercross Encore, more similar to Reflex. So if that's true, then, you know, I think people can get excited. People that weren't fans of Supercross Encore could get excited. Now, I was a fan of Supercross Encore, very arcadey, not as realistic, but I thought it was fun. I enjoy playing it still. I don't play it as much, but I know a lot of people didn't like that and want to hammer on them before that, but let's give them a break, okay? Let's give them a break. I don't see any reason to, because I like Supercross, but even if you didn't, wait until we get some in-game footage. Wait until the game comes out. Wait until we get some new information, you know, give them a little time here to do this. I think they can really surprise you, and I think that good things are going to happen. So let me know in the comments what you think. We're going to end this up with the brand new MX vs ATV All Out release trailer. Thought it was a good way to finish the video off. But thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. I hope you enjoyed this video, and any new information and new footage that comes out for this game will be covered here. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel, and until the next video, take it easy.